All right, we're on page 314, section 18.3, disability income policy provisions. All right. On this page, we're taking everything. We're taking 18.31, 32, 33. Let's start with probationary period. Right there in that first line, I want you to highlight the probationary period. Jump down to the second line, directly under probationary period. Time that must elapse following the effective date of the policy before benefits are payable. Period. A little bit over it. One time. Period. Begins on policy effective date. Ends 15 or 30 days after the policy has been in force. Next line down. Purpose. Exclude pre-existing sicknesses. 1, 2, 3 lines down under pre-existing sicknesses. Helps protect the insurer against adverse selection. Next paragraph down, towards the end there, probationary period applies to sickness only. Why? Why does it apply to sickness only, but you can't get a sickness only disability income policy? Because it is not possible to anticipate an accident. Highlight that right there at the end. So let's just talk about that real quick. Probationary period. Why does it exclude sicknesses? Adverse selection. What is adverse selection? Need to know this. And it sucks that they didn't put it there for you. It's in a completely different section. But what adverse selection is, that it's the tendency of a person with an issue or an ailment to go looking for insurance to cover that issue or ailment. They knew about it, right? So think about COVID and things along those lines. So in that instance, let's just say someone gets one of those home COVID remedies and they go out and go get a policy because they're afraid of getting COVID. Well, you're not tested on that 15 or 30 days, right? Because it's a range. We can't be tested on ranges. But wouldn't that person have full-blown symptoms and issues within 2 weeks? Within a month? So that probationary period only applies to sicknesses because the theory here is that the issues or the things that you need to get addressed are going to pop up before the probationary period ends. Very important. Why does it not apply to an accident? Is because no one left their house and anticipated, oh, today's the day I'm going to get T-boned by that retard over on 535, right? It's impossible to anticipate that. So that's what's going on. Anyway, next one down, elimination period, 18.23. First line, elimination period. Time immediately following the start of a disability when benefits are not payable. Next line down, dead center, eliminate claims for short-term disabilities. Next line down, towards the end, just take the word save. Next line down, expense of processing and settling small claims. Next line down, helps keep premiums down. Longer the elimination period, lower the premium. End of that sentence, elimination period compared to a deductible because both are cost-sharing devices. Okay, let's make this distinction here between a probationary period and an elimination period. The probationary period, you just came on board with the health insurance policy, right? Think about it. If you were with an employer, you got a job, you're in your probationary period, you just started. So we're excluding sicknesses because you may be looking for this policy because you're already sick and you know it. Adverse selection is your tendency to go get it. Now, the elimination period is insinuating that you've been injured, but your benefits don't immediately start. Like this is a very good, a good parallel here would be to Social Security, okay? Because your Social Security has disability income benefits. And in that instance, your elimination period is how long, David? is the elimination period on Social Security? No. Give me the ruler. You guys didn't see that, right? All right. So the disability income on Social Security, basically what's happening there is that the elimination period is saying is that if I got hurt today, no benefits would be payable for 4 months. Okay? Not only are they not payable for 4 months, but they're only payable if my ailment is expected to last at least a year. Okay? So what they're saying with this elimination period is that you just got disabled and it's kind of like a deductible because you're covering yourself throughout that period. Maybe, it's maybe your policy, you're covering yourself. The elimination period is 30 days. Maybe it's 60 days. No telling. That's up to the policy. The amount of days doesn't matter in this instance. We'll go over the Social Security in the Social Security section, okay? I was just drawing a parallel there, but the elimination period means your policy is in force. You are entitled to your benefits. All they are saying with the elimination period is, like a deductible, you're responsible for basically your emergency reserve is covering you through that period where you don't get income benefits. Okay. And I didn't highlight anything on this on the next paragraph, but depending on the policy, elimination periods may apply to only disabilities by sickness, not to disabilities, blah, blah, blah. You see, there's too many depending on. So depending on is one of those things usually, typically, just put a line right through it. Seriously, guys, whenever you see something you're working on your own, be aggressive if you want. When I first got started on this, I literally highlighted, I would have blacked out that whole paragraph, that last paragraph. Anyway, we're up to 18.33, the benefit period. You're about to get paid, right? Well, the benefit period identifies how long you get paid. So let's look at this. Highlight. We're going to take the whole first 2 sentences. The benefit period is the maximum length of time that a disability income benefits will be paid to the disabled insured. The longer the benefit period, the higher the cost. Now, skip a line. Another one all the way at the end there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 5th line down, all the way at the end. Highlight short-term policies, 6 months to 2 years. Long-term policies, more than 2 years. All right. So now we have your probationary period, which is when you just get on to protect the insurer, has nothing to do with your best interest. Why? Because you should have had a disability policy before you got sick or before you got injured, right? But that probationary period only pertained to the sickness because we can't anticipate when an accident will happen. And remember, in Florida, mean policies suck. Accidental results. Doesn't matter if I tried to do a backflip into a puddle, I'd be covered. All right. Elimination period means your policy is in force and there's a period of time between when, let's just say something easy, 30 days, right? So I get injured today, my benefits wouldn't be payable for 30 days. No big deal. They eliminated it. During that time, I still had to pay my bills, right? That's why it's kind of like self-insurance. That's why it's kind of like a deductible because I had to pay my bills out of my own savings, which means I covered that. I absorbed the risk of that, what happens during the elimination period. Now, the longer the elimination period, I said 30 days. Well, how much do you think the premium would be in contrast from 30 days of an elimination period to 4 months of an elimination period? Well, the 4-month policy is going to be way cheaper because I'm saying I'll cover myself, and really most ailments are only going to take about 90 days to recover from. And then, of course, we got all kinds of crazy stuff out there. And then just remember the benefit period. It's how long are you getting those income benefits? The longer your benefit period, the more expensive the policy. Real easy, right? Good. Because in the next section, no, let's just do it right now. Squeeze it in. We're going to squeeze it in right now. It's a little bit longer of a section, right, David? All right, I'm gonna go fast. On page 315, forget the first one, that 18.34 delayed disability provision, not tested. Why? Look at that first line right there. In some cases, that's not every case, we can't test it. Second line, most policies. Last line, may be, forget about it. They threw up all over that definition, just told us. So why did you just say, hey guys, don't look here. We don't mean anything. But right under that, under recurrent disability provision, this one's real easy. We're not going to go all the way over there, but it does sync up when we go into Medicare. This is just like that Part A. Part A is the only one that has benefit periods, right? And during that benefit period, what it's basically saying is that, let's just say I was disabled and I was collecting benefits and I recovered, but have the same issue again within a certain period of time. Recurrent, it came back. So what I want you to highlight here is on that, let's see here, on that page 315, 18.35, recurrent disability provision in that first line, I want you to highlight person who experienced a total disability to recover and then weeks or months later undergo a recurrence of the same disability. Next line down, policies specifying a period of time. Underneath that, disability is considered a continuation of the prior disability. After that period, it's considered a new disability subject to a new elimination period. In the next section, we will be skipping over non-disabling injuries, elective indemnity, because it is not tested. And we're going to be in 18.4, disability income riders. Remember, boom, you can either have them come with you, but if they come with you, it's going to cost. Riders are optional and always cost. Provisions provide, they identify the rights. And that's